5,000 kilometers. That's the grand total on the dashboard after our latest journey along the Atlantic coast, driving all the way from Normandy to Asturias, intentionally cutting across the inland to skip the Brittany Peninsula. This was the true maiden voyage for our brand new camper, our home on wheels that we bought to explore virtually every coastline and mountain range in Europe over the next 12 years, health permitting. We're in our late 60s, but our appetite for adventure is as fresh as ever. What drives us? Authenticity. We live for medieval alleys, old stone villages, and historical city centres steeped in story. Our trip kicked off in Saint-Valery-sur-Somme, one of the prettiest villages in France and a place we will always make a detour for, with dramatic cliffs reminiscent of Dover. We made sure to build in a dedicated chill day every week, just to slow down, relax, and refrain from driving. As we drifted south through the islands of Noirmoutier and Oleron, indulging in fresh seafood among the salt pans, July was just around the corner. You expect the peak season rush, yet strangely, the roads and towns felt remarkably quiet this year. Where was everyone? On the Mediterranean, perhaps? We certainly didn't mind. On our trip, the city of La Rochelle turned out to be a delightful, charming surprise. From there, we ventured into Bordeaux wine country. Can you believe it that nearly 1,200 wine estates exist in that region? We stopped at Chateau Rolle for a tasting and stocked up. Thanks to France Passion, we stayed for free on local farms, filling the van with Pinot, Armagnac, and incredible goat cheese. Pair that with fresh French bread from the nearest bakery, and life on the road doesn't get much better. We bypassed Bordeaux city itself and spent a few serene days with family among the endless pine forests of the lands. Then came Basque country, and a few real-world reality checks. Traveling with our young dog, Flo, brought its own set of challenges. She passed her patio test with flying colors in the Bay of Arcachon while we enjoyed oysters. But in Basque country, we bumped up against some bizarre rules. Depending on the city, or even just the bus driver, dogs were required to be in a carrier bag or muzzled. Unprepared for either, town visits were out, and it was bye-bye Bilbao. Strangely enough, taking the bus into San Sebastian from the camper stop worked without a hitch. It seems every driver dictates their own rules. Even with taxis, you have to announce a dog in advance. To be honest, Basque country left a bit of a cold impression on us. A friendly Ola was often met with stern glares. What a contrast when we reached Cantabria and Asturias. Warm, welcoming people, and breathtaking landscapes. This was where we encountered our only taste of rain on the entire trip, a light morning drizzle typical for Cantabria. The heat throughout the rest of the journey was almost unbearable, reaching 37 degrees inside the van at night. Our sweaters and raincoats stayed packed away, and cooking took a backseat to fresh salads and quick plates of pasta. But reaching our main goal, the majestic peaks of the Picos de Europa, straddling Leon, Castile, and Cantabria, made it all worth it. Spain also gave us a brilliant surprise in TripStop, an app that lets you reserve camper spots online. Thanks to license plate recognition, you can drive in and out during your booking period. Perfect for stocking up on groceries or exploring the region during the day before returning to your reserved spot for the night. Navigating the campervan through bigger cities was a dream compared to our old, bulky motorhomes. It parks just like a car. You just overhang the rear over the curb and mind the tail swing when pulling out. Inside, however, van life taught us a few lessons. Those bikes tucked under the elevator bed? We barely used them, they stayed at home. Storage boxes quickly turn into organized chaos unless you have iron discipline. Extra coat hooks are an absolute necessity unless you want your living space to become a giant wardrobe. And in a narrow aisle, you quickly adopt a new vocabulary. Honey, could you hand me that? Technically, we also tested the limits of our lithium battery. Combined with solar power and daily driving, it gave us 16 days of total off-grid autonomy before draining completely in Bilbao. Faced with the choice of spending a full day plugged in or a full day driving, we compromised. A few hours of driving to our furthest destination, followed by a few hours plugged into grid power. Flexibility is key when traveling. We did lose one village and Bilbao off our itinerary, but so be it. Even a flat tire in a small Spanish town was easily solved, A local trawler plugged it in 20 minutes for €25, all under the watchful, authoritative eyes of the local village retirees on the bench. We can never fit every story into one video without keeping you here forever. If you want to follow our journey across Europe, where we spend nearly a third of the year on the road, find us on Polar Steps under Walter Kopp, or search for the Long European Loop on Facebook and YouTube. Don't forget to give this video a like to support our channel, subscribe for more adventures, and we'll see you on the road very soon.